Welcome Taters INC employees. I will be now introducing the implementation I'll be using for the upgrade of your systems. The name of my company is IT for You. IT for You is a company that accepts any and all outsourced IT related challenges. We strive to be the most cost efficient and innovative provider for all IT needs. The company was formed in 7/2/1984 as a limited liability company under North Carolina state laws and headed by Nkrumah Kirkland. We are a company that has qualified technicians and network admins that can design, upgrade, and manage any IT infrastructure. We will be designing an environment and upgrade that suits your company needs. We currently supply IT solutions and manage over 5,000 customers like Amazon and NetApp. The company currently employs 25 full-time employees and 13 part-time employees. Taters INC has tasked us to upgrade a corporate network infrastructure, including client operating systems, and wants to take a completely different approach from upgrading your home computers or single client laptop. This takes weeks and often months of planning for a single upgrade to ensure minimum downtime and optimal efficiencies. At first, they want us to stray away from the Windows environment, but at the end, after carefully researching and testing different OSs, they decided to just go with Windows 10. This is how your Windows 10 box will look on the client side. Now, some of the applications that I will be installing for your upgrade is not on this box. This is more how the IT box will look for the IT admins. They have VM Workstation for testing purposes. And for certain other software, they'll be using Oracle VM VirtualBox. They'll be able to virtualize with the VM tools. They'll be able to virtualize all boxes and set them up in different environments. They will also have a home folder, as you see here, that's mapped to a file server. And this is where they will have all their resources for operating systems and different virtualized tools for Hyper-Vs on servers and other areas of the network. On this box, I will also be installing Microsoft Office, and that'll be basically clear across the board for all the infrastructure. They will have access to Microsoft Office and different other applications that I had not yet to install on the Windows 10 box. Right now, I'm remoting into a VM that I created just for a prototype to show you what your station will look like once the upgrade is implemented. I have been tasked to update the administrative offices, which has 25 Dell Precision Tower machines. The finance department, which also has the same amount of machines, but it's 56 Dell Precision Tower machines with the same specs of 5 gigabytes of RAM and 500 terabytes of hard drive space. I will be doing sales, main processing, shipping and receiving. The facilities and maintenance is also the IT support team, which is 8 Toshiba laptops with 4 gigs of RAM, 300 gigabyte of workstation for 8 employees. Now, looking at the hardware specs, I didn't really need to upgrade any hardware, so we just stuck to the OS and the applications. They started out with Windows XP and Vista, and unfortunately, the security patches and the support is outdated. They're no longer supporting these systems, so they were forced to upgrade. So that's why why not use Windows 10? It's the last stable version, current stable version out for Windows. Not big of a learning curve, and all your files from your different Microsoft Office suites can easily be opened by the Microsoft Office 2013, which I will be installing on all the client and server boxes. Now for deployment. Deploying the Windows 10 image that I will capture. First, I will capture a Windows 10 image after I make a reference. My reference image will basically look like this. And then I will do a capture. Now, I will capture the image with Windows deployment systems, which would be on our server. So I will build a WDS server that will capture this image, and then I will deploy it to all the computers using a multicast feature in WDS. To begin working on this process for the upgrade for client machines, I will build the Windows 10 reference. And the WDS server will pull that image. And I will take that reference image and save it to a deployment share. And I will do the same thing once I build a reference image for the servers. And when building a WDS machine, it gets all its credentials from the Active Directory. So once I put the WDS on the domain controller and it sees it as a computer, it will be able to deploy to all the computers that's on that network. Now, if the computer is not on the network, I can always pixie boot in. And as long as we are on the same network, we really don't have to be inventoried in the Active Directory. So if we're not on the Taters INC network, as far as being inventoried in the domain controller, as long as we on that same default gateway, as long as we still using that default gateway, I can deploy images to your servers and client machines. And this is good for errors or things that can happen to the computer that can't be fixed. We always have a clean image to deploy to them, and they can continue productivity. So after the reference is captured, before the reference is captured, rather, I will show it to the IT director and let him sign off on it and make sure that they're satisfied. And once he signs off for it, I will save it and have it captured by the WDS server. After that, it would be deployed to all client machines via pixie boot. I would do a multicast to each department at a time. This can take days, but it's a little bit faster than going to each client machine to try to install Windows 10 and install all the application that's needed for the computers in that department. I agreed to do an upgrade of the servers to a 2012 R2 from 2003 server and chose to keep the profile settings once deployed. As far as upgrading the domain controller, once one of the servers has 2012 R2 on it, I will install the ADDS role, which is Active Directory Domain Service roles, promote it and force the replication from the old domain controller, then decommission the old domain, then use that server for something else like maybe a file server or a mail server or something of that sort. Last but not least, I will test my implementation to see if the network is working as a whole Remember, I did it one department at a time. I would do it one department at a time. Doing the domain controller last. Now I get to see the whole network working and see it. Taters Inc. is satisfied. Then I will continue to deploy everything to the rest of the departments. That concludes my presentation for today. I hope you got a full understanding. If you have questions, please email me. If you think of any type of question later on that you don't have today. Thank you.